No, seriously, it look like I ain't got no hair. Don't turn my head to the side.
You're just gonna do the whole thing from the side.
I'm gonna talk like this the whole time.
Um, my name is Garrett Bell. It's important to have my last name in there in this stage of life because I'm growing up. So I think it's important that people know my first and last name. So when my name goes into rooms, come on, somebody, when my name goes into
Mm-hmm.
rooms, people
Mm-hmm.
know me exactly, not just some random Garrett, but Garrett Bell. But my name is Garrett Bell. Um, I'm a creative, so I do a lot of creative things. The main thing being videography, filmmaking, cinematography, like anything video related. That's the main thing that I enjoy doing. But I'm also a certified graphic designer. I'm also a professional photographer, a video editor. I have a podcast. It's called Yeah, Pretty Much. I'm a Christian. That's very important. That should have been
Very,
the first thing I said. But shout out to the
very,
cross
very
on my
important.
shout out to the cross on my neck. But just in case you didn't know what that represented, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, the one that has a son. It's important.
Absolutely.
It's important to put that in there because a lot of people say God, but I'm talking about the
Right.
one that got a son, and the son's name is Jesus Christ.
Right.
Um,
Capital G. Big G.
Big G, Big Jesus. But yeah, so that's pretty much it.
You mentioned videography. Let's talk about living out visions. What's that all about? First off, how you even get the name Living Out Visions and go from there.
So Living Out Visions was created while I was in college. I couldn't tell you the year. I don't remember well, no, I think it was 2011. I think so. But I know exactly the day that it started. So I have been doing videography and graphic design anyway before that, like for like MySpace and stuff on high school. Like I would take my own pictures. Me and my friends had like skits and stuff that we would put on like MySpace and stuff like that. And then I was making music too. So I was doing a whole bunch of random stuff. And people knew that. But then in college, people would ask me to help them out with their projects. So they would have like school projects and they wanted to do a video or something. So, well, Garrett does videos, right? Let's just ask Garrett. So I used to get that all the time. Like I used to get it to the point where I was making so many videos for this one person's class that the teacher reached out to me and it was like, "Can I just add your contact information to my syllabus? Because everybody keeps telling me that you're making their videos for my class or whatever." I was like, "Absolutely." And I was not doing it for free, by the way. None of these videos were free. It wasn't a lot. It was probably like $20, but it wasn't free.
Right.
But then I think somewhere in there, I was just like, you know what? I should make this a whole thing. Like there should be like a production company as opposed to just me doing it. Like, I was not paying attention in class one day. And I was just sitting there. It was a lecture hall. I was just sitting there and I was just thinking like, what would I name it if I was to make it? And so I came up with Love Productions. And it's because I had a beanie that my mom stitched a heart on for me. And the heart was upside down. And so I just thought that was cool. So I used to wear that beanie all the time. So I was like, I'm into like the whole love thing. So I was like, it's gonna be called Love Productions. And I was like, love is gonna stand for living out visions every day. And so for the longest it was Love Productions. But then as I grew and I started adding more stuff to it, like when I got certified in graphic design, when I got my photography, I have a certification in a sense in photography too. I took a course in photography after college and got a certificate for that, but I don't know where that certificate is. But as I grew and all of that, God actually was like giving me dreams and visions of where it was going to go in the future. So I had a dream and I saw the logo like on a building. It was like L, the logo, V. And I was like, where the E at? And I was like, oh. And I was like, there ain't no E. So I wrote it down in a journal. And he was like, take the E off. And so now it's Living Out Visions. It's not Love Productions. It's none of that. It's just Living Out Visions.
So where you're at now with it, is this what he showed you so far? Or is it has not happened yet?
You know, God is interesting.
Well, yes, he is.
So, I kind of prophesied before I got out of college the steps of my career, and it's honestly been happening exactly how I said it. And I'm learning now. I don't know if it's prophecy or if it's declaring, decreeing. I don't know, but I'm learning that if I say certain things, they'll come to pass exactly how I say it. Maybe I'm just getting in agreement with God or something like that. But
yeah, that's what I was going to say. You have aligned yourself with him, so your desires are his desires and vice versa. So
right, because I said, because everybody would ask, so what are you going to do after college? I'd be like, well, I'm probably going to get I want to work in every field. I was like, before Living Out Visions becomes the actual production company, I want to say that I've worked in every media format. So like newspaper, photography, graphic design, marketing, advertising, all this kind of stuff. So then when Living Out Visions becomes the actual production company and I'm trying to put all that stuff out there, I'll have already done it. And so I was like, probably when I get out of school, and I promise you, this is just how it worked. I said, probably when I get out of school, I'll probably start like a little job, like a little photography job in JCPenney or something like that. And then I'll probably just go from there to do. And my first job out of college was at JCPenney as an in-studio photographer. And since then, I've been a graphic designer for the Universal Circus. I did their commercials too. So I did their billboards, their posters, flyers, commercials. So I've slowly been working in all of these fields. I did a little bit of radio in college. I've designed 4 radio stations since I was out of college, but I have yet to do newspaper. I think that's a dying thing, but if that comes, I think I'll do that too. But Living Out Visions is still going. I've got some like major clients in the years that I've done this. So Universal Circus, where I used to work, has become a client as opposed to me working there. I would work with UGA, Sky Zone. I've worked with a whole lot of like major companies, and that's where I'm trying to go in the future. I want to work with like big companies. I don't mind working with the smaller, the friends and family and like the startup companies, but moving forward, I want to get a good mix of major clients in there as well. So I think Living Out Visions is not where I want it to be, but I feel like I'm in a good place.
Sounds like it. So tell me about your the new cool little camera shop new.
Well, I started that business last year, and it stemmed from my hobby, which is film photography. I got back into film photography because I was taking pictures with Polaroid cameras, and I was like, this is getting kind of expensive. If I'm going to spend money to take pictures, I'm going to get more pictures because Polaroid only got 8 pictures. I was like, I'll get a film camera and I'll get 36 photos as opposed to 8. And so I started getting into that, and now that is expensive too, but we in there doing it. But I was taking pictures and getting cameras and doing all that, being in the hobby. When one day, Ashley got a camera. Her parents went to Florida, and they knew I was into film photography, so they went to an estate sale, and they saw a whole bunch of cameras. And so they were like, Garrett, did you know you're into these old cameras? Do you want any of these? And her sister was sending pictures and stuff. And I was like, none of those are really cool. And I'm good on that.
They're not cool.
And looking back at that, there was one that is cool that I actually want, but it's too late now. But Ashley was like, I'll take one. Give me the and then she was asking me, Ashley is my wife, by the way, for everybody who doesn't know. But Ashley was like, I'll take one. And then she was asking me, like, which one should I get? And then I was like, I guess you should get the Nikon or whatever. So then she got the Nikon, and apparently it was like the last day of the estate sale. So everything was like 60% off or something like that. However, estate sales work. And so basically, she got it wasn't new, but it's like a very good condition film camera from an estate sale for $30. And I was like, that same, because I'm in the hobby, so I'm like, that same film camera, you go on eBay, that same camera sells for like $100 and something on eBay. My first film camera was $200. I bought it from a camera shop. So I'm like, so you can get cameras out here for less? And so stuff started rolling in my head. I was like, let's skip the whole process. Like, instead of, because you can go out to estate sales and look for cameras, but then once you get the camera, now you gotta make sure it works and you gotta do all that extra stuff. Let's skip that middle process. Let me do it. I'll go to the estate sales. I'll find the camera. I'll test the camera. If there's something wrong with it, I'll fix it. And I've done all of this. It's on my film photography YouTube channel. And so once it's all fixed and everything works and you know everything's good, then now you can come to my camera shop, and there's a guarantee at my camera shop that all the film cameras work. They've been tested by someone who enjoys film photography. And there's video proof because it's on my YouTube channel. There's photo proof because it's on my VS Go. And you get to see the camera in action. Like, there's no bluffing, there's no faking or anything like that. But before it was all that, I reached out to Nailah and asked if it was a good idea to do that. I wasn't asking if it should be a business. I was asking if it's a good idea to go to estate sales and try to. I was just gonna sell them or whatever. I wasn't trying to make a business. I was just, I don't know what I was thinking. But then here goes Nailah. Here goes Nailah. No, you should turn it into something.
I don't sound like that, Garrett. I don't sound like that.
You literally sound like that right now. and then here comes Eric, her husband.
My husband.
Here he come in the background. Don't you sell none of them cameras without getting the LLC first. And he started talking about taxes and numbers and all this kind of stuff. And so,
because he's an accountant.
Right. And so it's hard to battle with the both of them. So one is enough, but two of them I can't. So
it's because we love you, Garrett. Because we love you.
Y'all convinced me to make it into what it is. And now I'm actually glad that it is what it is. I still got a lot of work to do on it. It's still fairly new. Nailah's been trying to get on me about the terms and conditions and stuff like that. So I got a lot of stuff to do. But I put out 4 cameras to start, and 3 of the 4 have already. They sold out in the first week of me opening the shop. So it's going well. I got like 6 more cameras that I'm gonna put out there. I just gotta shoot with them and test them. So.
Yeah. See, told you it'll work. I said them things gonna sell like hotcakes. Did I not?
Yep, those were your exact words.
And they sold out so fast. One of them sold so fast that you were still putting in the description, you said, to post, and it was like gone. So I was like, well, dang. All right. Nice doing business with you. Right. So, but I mean, why not turn something you enjoy, like a hobby, into a business? Then it won't ever feel like work.
Correct.
Does it feel like work when you do it?
No, but the only thing that's hard about it is I enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So I want to enjoy it while I'm doing it. And so other things in life, they kind of mess up the whole thing. Like, and I think Eric had got on me about this once too, but like, I like to take my time with film photography. Like when I'm doing it as a hobby, I like to just take the camera out, look for stuff to take pictures of. Slowly, he's like, man, just go out there, take like 5 pictures and see if the camera works, get the film developed and keep moving. And that's hard for me because I enjoy it. So I would say I would say that's a hard thing about turning a hobby into a business. Like, because you enjoy it so much, it kind of gets in the way of the business aspect, because like, I want to enjoy it while also doing it, but you gotta move.
Yeah, you gotta move, but but the good thing is that you do enjoy it, because if you didn't enjoy it, it wouldn't last too long, and then it'll be a pain, you'd be griping, and it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this. You probably even move slower, if anything. So, but I'm glad you listened to us and you jumped on this, and because it's doing good. See?
Yep. Y'all ain't no joke. I gotta give it to you. I'd be mad when y'all are right, but y'all be right.
Yeah, but you gotta consult with Holy Spirit, and Holy Spirit was like, you need to make that a business. Yep.
I feel like I knew that too, but whatever. It is.
Yeah, you know it. You knew that. It's just
you run from it.
You run from it, but sometimes it's and I was thinking about this sidebar, as my husband called it, spiritual tangent. # spiritual tangent. I'm bringing it back. That's what he used to say all the time. But I was just thinking about this the other day. I was talking with someone, when you get into the vein of success, you have to think about all the things that take place to get there. It's another level of responsibility and accountability, so if you run from it, it's procrastination, fear, those things get in the way. So it's trying to figure out which one is holding you back. If you're thinking about, if you're procrastinating or you're fearful of the responsibility, that comes with success. I mean, you're accountable to your customers in a sense. If you kind of think about your customers, your clients and things, because you're changing their lives, you're making whatever impact that you can give and that you provide makes an impact on their life. So you're accountable to move in excellence, not just do it. So that's why I understand you want to take your time with making sure that the quality is there of the photos and stuff, So I understand that aspect, because if you just rush through something, is it good? Is it really good? Because you didn't make sure you took that, what do they call it? When the quality control of it is what you're doing. That's your quality control. Is this called quality control?
Sound great.
Something like that. But yes, you're inspecting, quality inspection type situation. But basically, yeah, with success, comes great responsibility, a lot of accountability. You just have to step off in that thing and allow God to just guide you. And once you get off in there, He's going to take care of everything. He's going to make a way the entire time. You just have to have faith, which is trust in Him, and just know He got it, So, because if it was not for you, He'd be like, yeah, don't do that. Then them cameras probably would have broke on you and all kinds of stuff. And then you would have wasted money. He'd be like, I ain't tell you go do that.
Right.
So,
You've had those too. We've had those moments too.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And just be like, what did I do? Told me plenty of times, you put the cart before the horse. I didn't tell you to move. Got excited because you got an idea, but you didn't stay for the instruction. Or not all of the instruction. So that's another topic for another time. We can get off into that instruction, listening to the Lord and being obedient. So, but so tell me, what things have shifted and shaped your mindset into being a business owner?
Well, for living out visions, that's probably been the longest transition, because I've never looked at it as a business. I think Eric had a piece of that too. Now I think about it, goodness gracious. But anyways, I never thought about living out visions being a business. I just thought of it being a side hustle, because that's what it always was. Like, I gave the history of living out visions earlier, where I was saying, like, I was just doing stuff for friends and stuff like that. And that's what it always was. It always was just doing stuff for people. And so even with the major clients, before UGA and all of them, even big companies would be like, who do we sign this to? And it'd be like, just me. I just Garrett, and I just put it in my regular bank account and keep moving, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll put it to the side or stuff like that. And so that, getting out of the mindset that this is just a side hustle, but instead this is a business and I'm a business owner, and these are clients, and I need contracts. I need a system in place to where I don't get burned out, because I got burned out a lot too, because you're just saying yes to so many things, because it's just like that money, and people just giving you money and the cash app is going off. But like, the more that I've grown and the more money, I'm just be 100% with y'all, the more money that you get because it's a legit business, that helps with the mindset. Like, because I've had times where people have been like, can I get a logo? And I'd be like, yeah, sure. And they'd be like, how much? And then I'm just like, can you do? And then they'd be like, what about? And then it ends up being lowballed. And so that can get you. And then when like a certain amount of money hits your bank account, like that, you be looking at the bank account like, I made that much in a day? Then you start looking at your 9-to-5 job like, I can make my paycheck in a day, and I can get this every day. So that kind of helps out. That helps grow your mindset as well, like what you could be doing. Like it's like you don't want to think too low of yourself. You don't want to think too high of yourself, but you want to be right in that sweet spot. Like, this is what I'm worth. And so the more that you do certain things, the more you learn your worth and your value. And so that helps the mindset, I would say, more than anything, because it's like, you have some bad times, you have some good times, but ultimately together they help you like get to where you're going. Because if I was only having good times, then I don't think I would ever see the point of making it a business, because like, I'm good where I'm at now. But then you have the bad times, and it's like, nah, we gotta put some contract in place. We gotta get some stuff done. And then with the big corporations, they want you to be a legit business, so that way they can put it on their taxes and all this kind of stuff, and have like a paper trail and all that stuff. So it kind of in this particular case, it kind of forced me to change my mindset. I haven't been doing it on my own. It's just been trial and error, basically.
So what would you say to someone who is who's a creative and is trying to find their footing in the creative world?
Okay, back in the day, I'm sorry if my answers are long-winded, but
no, you're good.
Back in the day, I would say just go for it. And you know this. I tell you, just do it.
Just do it. Do what you feel. Feels good, go do it.
Hey, I don't agree with that mindset anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're a creative, watch this. Instead of just do it,
Mm-hmm.
my matured mindset says make sure that you want to do it and then just do it. And as an example, um, I'm about to get a gym membership, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've wanted to get a gym membership about 77 times. Like, all right, bro, you need to get in the gym. But I never did because it's a commitment that you have to make. You know, you gotta pay for it even if you don't go. Am I
Mm-hmm.
going for what reason, whatever? So I haven't got one. But now I'm finally at the place where I'm like, okay, it's been so many years. I still want to get a gym membership, but now I'm at a place in life where I know what I want out of a gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want it to be a quiet gym. I want it to be ducked off. So I don't want there to be a lot of people there. I don't want there to be people in there that are like trying to do some bodybuilding stuff and they're screaming and they're yelling.
All the
Right. So now I know now, and since I've waited and I've made sure that it's what I want, I know what I want. So when I go looking for a gym, I'll be checking off the checklist and stuff like that. And in regards to being a creative, it's the same thing. Like your mind is always going to give you ideas of things that you can do, but you will waste a whole lot of time if you're just chasing all of them. Like I've done a whole lot of things. I've created a whole bunch of stuff. I've put stuff out there. I've done whatever, but it's
Mm-hmm.
led a majority of it has led me nowhere. Whereas there are certain things that are still here after
Mm-hmm.
years and years and years, and it's because ultimately that's what God wants me to do, or that's what I'm actually good at. So
Mm-hmm.
like I would say to a creative, take your time. You may be good at everything, but that doesn't mean you have to do everything. And so take your time, do research, um, listen to Nailah and Eric. So like do the background stuff because the background stuff will definitely tell you if you want to do it or not. Like if this is a venture that you want to go out for, make it an LLC, set up a business account, figure out all like the back end stuff like the websites and all that. And I promise you, if you want to do it after all of that, then it's something that you really want to do. If you in some of those steps are like, no, that's too much, then you don't really want to do it. And so don't even waste your time on it. Don't even waste your time. It may be something fun, something cool that you like to do, but that does not mean that you should do it. So don't just go for anything. Make sure it's what you want to do the proper steps beforehand, and then do it. That's my advice for a creative.
That's a good one. Commitment.
Yeah.
Wholehearted commitment. That's a good one, Garrett. Good job. You might know what you be talking about sometimes.
Go out there and you do stuff, and you be like, why did I waste my time doing this?
Yeah, we all did it. But you know, we live and we learn. Where can they find you? What's your social media? Because I know you don't have you don't have Pinterest. So we got IG. Just saying, you take pictures, you can post pictures. I mean, it's kind of,
Instagram, I have Living Out Visions, LivingOutVisions.
I'm gonna put that at the bottom and everything, right?
Yeah, well, anyways, Living Out Visions, Instagram, and Twitter. I hardly post on Twitter, but I'm gonna get better at that. Or livingoutvisions.com. That's where you can find all of my services and stuff like that. You can book me for whatever it is that you want. Then coollittlecamerashop.com. I currently have one camera on there, so if it's still on there, or it might be gone by the time you watch it, I don't know. But go on there anyway. I'm gonna update that with new cameras soon. Garrett Bell, first and last name on YouTube. When you type it in, I'm like the first one that comes up because fortunately when they did that name switch thing, I got my name. So it's not no Garrett Bell 07118. It's just Garrett. So type in Garrett Bell on YouTube. If you want to see my photography, it's Garrett Bell Photo, and that's just film photography. I don't have any of my professional stuff on there. It's just film photography. So yeah, and
got a lot of handles, dude. Got a
I
lot of
have
handles.
one more.
What?
The Good Party ATL.
The Good Part. We gotta start that up. We've talked about that. We gotta get that moving.
Yeah.
We gotta get that moving right quick. That's a new poster behind you. Them two to the left there, or to your right rather. Yeah.
Well, after this call, I'll show you what they look like.
Can they get some posters? You gonna design some posters?
Listen, just because you're good at it, don't mean you should do it.
Exactly.
I ain't LLC.